Hey there folks, and welcome to Friday in 5. We're going to be looking at assignments on a deeper level, at the details level, as well as how we would post those to Power Teacher, the Power Teacher gradebook. So I'm going to come over here to my assignments menu item and look at these assignments. We reviewed in a previous video how we can create assignment groups and create a simple assignment with the plus here, but I'm actually this time going to go into more options. And this, you'll see this often when you're looking at assignment creation interfaces around Canvas, and that simply means let's add more details to this assignment. I'm going to have all the usual suspects up here, like assignment name, where I will give it a label. And then I noticed that it's not published. Of course, we can adjust that later once we're down towards the bottom, and then we have the option to delete it. Of course, we just started creating it, so we don't want to do that yet. And then we have the rich content editor. Now my interface is going to look different than yours because of the window size here, but at the end of the day, all of these icons add up to your ability to add rich content in here, and that could be everything from details in text to things like hyperlinks, so I could link to an outside web page if I want, or I can link to different pages here, like this page on computer history. So if I click on links under wiki pages, this is one page that I had created in Canvas at another time. So the assignment rich content editor, you're going to see this all over Canvas. It might be a discussion item, it could be other things like your syllabus description. It's everywhere, so you should be familiar with this if you've been around Canvas before. I can link to all these other items as well. Moving right along, we have the number of points, which we'd already assigned to this assignment. And then we went here to assignment group, and we picked the group that this particular assignment was going to be a part of. It is going to be displayed as points, and then here is a very key element. Include the assignment's grades when posting to your school's student information system. Specifically, that means the Power Teacher gradebook. So we are able to transfer whatever grade we give the student here to the Power Teacher gradebook. This is step 1. This does not mean it's going to post immediately to the gradebook. It just means it's primed to do that when we do the other step, which is step 2. We'll get to that in a minute. The submission type, online, on paper, or an external tool, just gives you some options. Many folks are doing online and either a text entry or a file upload. Word to the wise, a lot of times it's not a bad idea to maybe restrict those file types to PDF. So that students just submit in a standard format. Maybe you want a Word document, so you could do DOC. But you do have that option. Be careful though, a student will likely come and ask for help if they can't upload a certain file and they weren't aware that there were restrictions. So there's that. Media recordings allow for students to record video and audio, and a website URL is exactly that. It would be a web address, and you can enable Turnitin submissions. Moving on, we've got group assignment. The group assignments allow you to assign to student groups that you would have created earlier under the People menu over here. So the People menu in the side left side nav will allow you to create groups. We'll talk about that in a later video. But if you've got one group set up, you can assign grades there to each student individually, and it will give you a little warning here about differentiated assignments. So we can also differentiate assignments, not in the traditional sense that we're used to from teacher education courses. This is just a matter of differentiating based on the date that you want to assign per section. So if I want to add another section, I click here and it opens up a menu, and I can put my different sections, period 1, period 2, and so on. I'll need to put a due date in, of course, so we're going to go ahead and do that, and I can then put a different due date for that different section down here in this second block that I've added. So if you have multiple sections of courses, you can set up different due dates. Once I get down here, I've got some nice convenient buttons by way of save and publish. They've got that here as well, and that allows you to just immediately publish rather than having to go back and manually do it later. If you just click save, it will not publish by default, and then finally you can notify your users there. So since this is a test assignment, I'm not going to save it, but I do want to go to part 2 here, which is going to the Canvas grades section. This is the part 2 of posting to the Power Teacher gradebook. So if I go in here, you can see anything that I've graded in Canvas, given points to in Canvas has points. So this is a complete, incomplete. These are point totals. This indicates to me that students have submitted text documents, but I haven't graded them yet. We'll go over the gradebook at a later time, but the important button here is Post Grades, and what this does is it allows us to post grades again to Power Teacher. By clicking that button, any warnings or errors will come up that I need to pay attention to. One thing to always remember is that you have to have names that are 30 characters or less in your assignment name. So if the assignment name is really long, it's not going to take it. More than 30 characters, and it will reject the sending of that. So I've got one item that says it has ungraded submissions. That means exactly what it sounds like. Students have submitted to this, and they have not been graded. So that's it. Last button over here is Post Grades, and voila, I've got a green alert up here that says the grades were posted, and now they are sent to Power Teacher. So that's it for a deeper look at assignments and how to post them in the Power Teacher gradebook. Have a great weekend.